We are back with more My Southern Home, and I'm here with Kirby with Barber Cabinet Company. And thanks for joining us again, Kirby.
Yeah, it's nice to be back.
So this remodel is so neat because where we're standing used to be the backyard.
It did. They did a nice renovation on the back of the house, and here we are today.
And they had a lot of must-haves when they met with you.
They did. We were back and forth on appliances. We went back and forth on what met their needs. We also went back and forth on designs and everything. They wanted it to be functional, as well as aesthetically pleasing for their home for years to come.
Well, it's very aesthetically pleasing.
It is. It's beautiful.
And I love the customization that you have in the butler's pantry.
The butler's pantry is one of my favorites. And then they just recently did the wallpaper, which adds, kind of the icing on top of the cake.
And they had a lot of special requests as far as organization in this kitchen.
They did. So pretty much everything in this kitchen, we have some sort of organization. Pull out utensils, pull out paper towel holders, tray dividers, appliance garages that are great for coffee areas and stuff like that.
You know, it's nice when you work with a company like Barber Cabinet Company because you have touched many rooms in this home and everything flows together seamlessly.
It does. We have always been a company that if you can dream it, then we can build it.
So tell me about the cubbies.
The cubbies are a great, another place that we kind of went back and forth on. We changed the colors. We had cabinets on both sides versus just the one side. And this was a really neat area that we pulled in some of the wire mesh to be able to give the drawers with shoes and everything in it some breathing ability too. So it's a great place. It's tucked in behind doors. We decided to close it off so that when you come in visually, you don't see a bunch of coats and backpacks and stuff hanging. It's all hidden and really sleek.
And I love the colors that they chose.
Me too, very classic, with a nice pop of color, but still something that's timeless and goes with the house.
Well, we're seeing that a lot in the renovations and new constructions. They're going with the alabaster, the creamy whites and the darker stains, and they're adding color to go along with that as an accent.
They are, and people also now are starting to introduce stains, whether it be on cherry or walnut, white oaks, as well as alders. They're starting to tie those in as well and bring back more of that classic feel.
How does it work when you first meet with a customer and you're choosing color? Because that can be scary.
It can be scary. The good thing is the homeowners kind of knew exactly what they wanted. The nice thing about Barber is we can go to Benjamin Moore color or a Sherwin-Williams color and custom match those colors to be able to give them whatever they can dream of. She had an inspirational photo and we kind of went off of that.
Kirby, tell me about this beautiful pattern that's in the door.
They had an inspirational photo. We went based off of that. It took a lot of coordination once they actually were building the cabinets with my cousin, who she sent a couple of different designs and of that specific door, and depending on how wide and how tall the door was where we came up with which one was best to fit this home.
Well, it's absolutely gorgeous, and another thing that's special about this kitchen is it's all continuous and beautiful.
It is. It's nice that you can see different parts of this job within the main kitchen space.
Kirby, we come into these homes when they're all nice and beautiful, and no one really knows how much coordination goes into the final project.
A lot of hours involved in those. We met on this job site months prior to the cabinets going into production, and we met and we're very specific about where we wanted to lay out the windows and the doors. There were doorways that we moved, doorways that we changed the dimensions of to make sure that we fit every element that we wanted in this space. And again, the homeowners were very specific about their wants, and we just worked with them to make that happen.
Well, there was a lot of discussion with the hood and the windows.
There was. We wanted to make sure that the trim on the hood didn't overlap all the trim on the windows that was going to be installed. We also wanted to, we changed the size of it after our initial meeting. So there was a lot of thought and steps that went into this process.
Kirby, when it comes to the piece in the butler's pantry, tell me a little bit more about how you customize that for the homeowner.
I was up late one night just browsing through Pinterest or I'm sure Instagram or something, and I came along this piece that I really liked that kind of looked like a piece of furniture. It did have a little bit of a different look and feel to it as it was in white oak, but I thought this would be the perfect job and the opportunity to bring this to their attention. So we drew it up and we presented it, and they really appreciated the piece. So at that point, we talked about color and we went with it, and I think it turned out fabulous. It's something that took a lot of coordination and design. We even custom made the post.
Well, and you coordinated with the powder rooms as well, with the overall design of the kitchen.
We did. We tied in the butler's pantry color with the powder room and kind of kept that with that feel.
Well, it's so important to layer the different rooms so that everything transitions well.
And that is true. You know, most of the time I don't mind switching things up, especially if it comes to a laundry room or somewhere like that. But for the most part, people like to keep that coordination within the home.
Well, thank you so much, Kirby. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back with more My Southern Home in just a moment.